everyone, it is finally spring, and with that I want to take the time to show you what it is to experience the season here in the Peloponnesian Mountains. As always, spring is a time of transformation. All the flowers have bloomed, the grass has grown, and the baby leaves are sprouting on the various fruit trees. After the cold days of winter, the earth seems to wake up from a long slumber, and yet this year the sun was shy to greet it. This year's winter dragged on for far longer than expected. Well into April, we found ourselves sorting through the remaining twigs and woods in our property in order to feed the fire in the house. But eventually, sometime before May, the golden rays of spring started shining upon our mountainside once again. We skipped the season because last time I saw you was actually in autumn and I wasn't here in winter to film anything. So I'm gonna take you along and show you what spring is like here in the village. One of the many things we have to do is take care of those plants. And as you can hear in the background, we have invited someone that helps us trim everything. Most of the flowers are actually taller than we are. So you need a machine, and it's actually a very big field we have to do. So I'm very glad we have some help this year. We are currently in the big week, which is the week before Orthodox Easter. And each and every day has its own sort of celebration. So we're trying to balance all the work we have to do in the house and still celebrate each and every tradition. Yeah, it's gonna be fun. And there is obviously a lot of good food to be eaten. It's a nice time to be in the village. So I'm happy that I'm gonna take you along. And I hope you enjoy. The amount of work kept piling on as we were getting closer and closer to the Easter celebration. We had to get the property summer ready by trimming all the excess weeds and the overgrown branches of the many trees bordering our house. As the wildfires are a regular danger in the summer months, this was our top priority. As always, while gardening, we have to be careful with critters and snakes. When burning the trimmings, my father found a dead viper in one of the piles of weed we had cut earlier. As we don't live in this house full time, we have never been able to care for an animal long term. But every now and then we take care of a few stray animals. This time Susie found us a very pregnant and adorable cat. This is what fresh oregano looks like. And it smells amazingly. There is something very satisfying about doing simple gardening tasks. A job well done after a few hours of hard labor, a fizzy drink, a good hearty meal, and an afternoon nap are all part of the experience of maintaining a house in the village. As you can hear now, everything's very silent. That's because we're in the afternoon, and siesta is a very important thing in Greece, so I'm not going to speak very loudly because I don't want to wake up our neighbor. Today my main task will be mainly baking all the baked goods we need for Easter, so lots of Easter cookies. And tomorrow we're going to take care of painting the fences. Those fences used to be bright blue, and then we had to change them, and we haven't had the time to varnish them yet. And then tomorrow what we're gonna do is that we're gonna put some asbesti around the house. So asbesti is a very white paint. It's actually quite toxic, but we do this in Greece traditionally around Easter. So you have to wait to paint the base of the house white, very extreme white, to keep the bad eye away, basically. But it's also the look of the village, so we want to keep up with it because we haven't done it in the last few years because of COVID. So that will be tomorrow, along with the fences. Today the Ariadne. Yeah, so we used to have our neighbor's dog that was coming here all the time, because we were very friendly with the dog as well. But unfortunately he passed in September, and since then we are surrounded by cats. But one of them is pregnant though, so we are taking care of her, especially because, I mean, yeah, she is absolutely fed, but we want to make sure that she doesn't lack anything. The transformation of the village from autumn to spring is actually quite impressive. I just love sitting here with the breeze. It's just so quiet. Anyway, off we go. This is called the calzone. Delicious. My partner and I are trying to move to Switzerland, and as of today, we are still doing long distance. So whenever I get to see him, I make sure to make the most out of our time together. always amazed at how quickly time passes, and a week together can go by in a heartbeat. Quite traditionally, the Easter cookies we make are actually from quite an old book we received when we were like kids, and this recipe is just so good that we haven't actually looked for anything else, so we're just using the same one every year and it's a success. We're gonna need a bigger bowl. This fence used to be bright blue, exactly like the doors and the windows of the house. But unfortunately, upkeeping with it was getting harder and harder, so we have opted to use a simple varnish instead. I have a lot of memories with the blue fences. My brother and I used to run around when we were kids, and once a huge piece of wood fell on my head and I remember crying quite a lot. This black door used to be blue as well, but recently we put a coat of tar paint to keep away the rust. The asbestos or asbestos has to be applied on a clean surface so that the paint attaches to it correctly. So despite the strong winds, we decided to clean the area as well as possible and hose everything down. Wearing masks and gloves were non-negotiable, as it is a very toxic material if inhaled. But I find it's worth it, as it gives the whole place a makeover when it finally dries. We finished just on time, as the next day was the epitaph, one of the many celebrations of the Orthodox Easter week. Among our traditions is to dye some eggs in red for the Resurrection Day. Suffice to say, there was a lot of painting involved this week. And just like that, Easter came and passed. We roasted the traditional lamb, had family and friends over. And before we knew it, the celebrations had come to an end. Or so we thought, because a few days after, Susie surprised us by giving birth to her kittens right on our doorstep. I was very happy she trusted us enough to stay close to us when in labor. Made us feel like we did a good job taking care of her. As I was getting ready to go traveling for a few months, my last stop before leaving the village again was to visit our olive trees with my father. Everything was in bloom, and I couldn't resist bringing a bouquet of flowers home. As the next time I would be here, spring would have long given way to summer. Thank you for watching this video, and I will see you soon again.